Oliver.
The bit where they run into the bedroom, that seems really out of place.
I think we talked about that, the first one, didn't we? That the bedroom sequence was perhaps something that needed work. Yeah, I could probably kind of agree with that still.
The other bit I had, the end, the institutional information.
Yeah, they're too fast, aren't they?
Those
Those last frames at the end are too fast. Andy?
I think the sound at the end cut out quite quickly. You could use sort of a descending to silence.
Okay, good, like a crescendo kind of thing. Maddie, what were you going to say?
Just on that bit where the TV and the news report, you can see like the YouTube bit.
Yeah, I thought that too. It'd be ideal if you couldn't see the YouTube bar playing there. Yeah.
I think some of the shots might look a bit too bright and a bit sort of out of place for the genre. Like maybe it needs to look a bit dark.
I suppose you could do that, couldn't you? You could dim the lighting with the contrast and the saturation on the movie editing. I thought there was some really good Stephen in it, in terms of good vintage Stephen acting, which did work really well. I was a little bit unsure of the sequence to some degree. That kind of the first shots establish Stephen's guilt and his capture in a way, because he's like handcuffed, but then subsequent shots show him on the run, and I kind of feel like the other way round would work better, because it kind of takes away from the audience the intrigue of is Stephen captured or not, because we know that he is, if you know what I mean, because of that. And I think maybe Dylan's role as the reporter, which is clarified, could be clarified earlier on in the narrative. But there were some effective shots. I think the narrative was very good. I think the performance was very strong. But I think the sequencing of the narrative would be something that I would change. Like the poster too. Yeah. What are the bits that are good about it though? Because that's what we want to draw out. Yeah.
I think the lighting and the placement of the characters, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think the lighting and the placement of the characters is excellent, isn't it? Because it identifies the relationship. It's got your two main characters. It's got Stephen in the background suggesting sort of mystery and intrigue. The way it's lit with his face half illuminated is excellent. The clothing that the other character wears establishes the power relationship to some degree. It's simple, uncluttered, really, really effective. I really, really like that, to be honest. I'm personally struggling to find suggestions for improvement for that. I think it works very, very well. Has anybody else got a suggestion for improvement? Okay, and I'm just going to quickly do the magazine cover and then I'm going to go off to my next lesson. So the magazine cover, let's have a look. What do you think?
Take the watch off.
Take the watch off. Yeah, that's a good point actually, because they probably don't let you keep your watch on in prison or handcuffs. But then, I think this is quite an interesting choice of image in that it's almost like he's his character and himself at the same time, if you know what I mean. Like he's not 100% clearly his character because it's quite a natural shot again, but he's equally not 100% himself because of the handcuffs. So it's quite ambiguous in some respects as to whether he's the actor or whether he is the character, because obviously you see some film magazine covers and they've got Hugh Jackman on them, but then you see another magazine cover and it's got Wolverine on it. Do you know what I mean? You can clearly see the difference between the two. I'm not sure if that's necessarily the case there.